time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Kansas City. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Chiefs, next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out, GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Toronto Huskies and the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Now this throw caught left side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one of my lifetime, I think, is got to be 0-1, right? Raiders-Patriots to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down the distance count.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Escaping the pressure right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They're going to look to throw. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. It's the fullback there to make the grab. And the Huskies are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 40. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Let's go!
Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. And now, Charles, this becomes a pretty important second drive for them. They're already down a pair of scores here in the first quarter.
As you noted, they're down 2 scores, and to me, they're down a possession or a service break if this were tennis, right? Because they just gave one up. Only their second drive now. Run their offense, try and get back into the game that way, and then look for some help from their defense.
Trying to forget about that pick 6 last time out. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes to the right side. It's Kelsey. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now here's Mahomes. Buying time to his left. There's a nice move, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. When Nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job seeing he got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Mahomes. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And that play is blown up. Losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And this is caught inside the 5. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to, but a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, it would have been 4th down.
Exactly.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Huskies continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. On the return, it's Coates. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Come on now. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots. Now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
Riddick with a carry. Uses the stiff arm. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Let's go.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now a carry for Allen. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 21-0 our score after one. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff as they run left side. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 48. And his kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Allen. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Brought in by Coates.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit up a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Allen. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 4
yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now Allen. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this one caught by Coates. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. Mahomes now on 1st down. It's Kelsey on the ground. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Mahomes now to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And this one is right through. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So the third drive's the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
They'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, and he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. This is taken at about the 14. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd and 2. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend the lead out to 24. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home the Lamar Hunt Trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship.
Let's go!
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for KC. One thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And that one, and even 60 yards in the air. Wow. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Over the middle here to Coates. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Mahomes going to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Yeah, the Chiefs are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
With the score where it is, this was probably going to be 4-down territory if they didn't convert there. But what a nice job of working his way open, making sure he secured the catch, and setting up 1st and goal.
They'll set up a throw. And it's caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling them. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
Mahomes will throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down.
So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because coaches look at these short field goals as
that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
A give to the fullback on the dive. Fighting through. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I love the modern game, but that was a throwback right there to see the big man with football, running, knocking people aside, and picking up yardage. That takes me back to the 60s, the 70s, when fullbacks ruled the earth.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Wide open receiver, complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs use their short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud.
You did.
My bad.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now back to throw. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey.
The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. On Edwards-Helaire, I don't think he got there. He did not. They'll stop him short.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. One quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage.
Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. When that ball popped free, we can hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it. Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Now he'll escape to his right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away. Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. So a definite surprise there. They try the fake punt, but this time it's going to blow up in their face, CD. Yeah, it certainly has, and look, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trailing right now, probably trying to generate some momentum. But that felt like one of those go-for-broke type of a plays in a situation where I don't know that they needed to do that. They still have opportunities, and in this case, they took a chance, and it backfired. After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done. Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Mahomes. He's got Allen. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. To throw, it's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Pitch and catch there good for 13. And they're going to face a 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center. You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off? Not yet. Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there. Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him. 0. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down. Now here's Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Waters. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the give, this is their fullback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey there to make the grab. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they aren't back within a single point here in the 4th. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 56 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On first down, Harrison. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Now they'll run on the draw. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So they bring out their punter. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down 27-24, 1:46 to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. Here's Mahomes. Finding Allen. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. And as they take that knee, you can hear a pin drop in this stadium right now, partner.
I'd say you can hear a pin drop except for one thing. You're hearing a lot of people on cell phones right now calling and saying, cancel my reservation, because this crowd thought they were going to the Super Bowl. They had trips planned, hotels, reservations, the whole deal. That's all wiped out now.
And all that hard work has paid off. They're AFC champions, and on to the Super Bowl they go.
It's got to be an amazing feeling for them, doesn't it, Brandon? The idea that you've done it all that hard work, all that sweating, all that effort, all those times you're getting yelled at by your coach, and now you get to go to the Super Bowl. Put your hats on, guys, and say AFC champs.